Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Keagan and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Keagan's ability to understand and respond to his formal obedience commands. The correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that you need to give. And the only correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using, and that's what you're going to be using when you're walking Keagan in Stone Harbor and he's acting out when he sees another dog. And believe me, we've exposed him to a lot of other dogs here at school with no problem whatsoever, so he knows how to be a good boy. Now he's sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Keagan, heel, and at this point Keagan has a job to do. And that is to remain even with Fred's left leg. His front shoulder should not pass Fred's left leg when walking. And when you stop to cross traffic or stop to talk to someone on the street, he should sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. And this makes walking him a pleasure. You don't have to be nervous about his behavior on the street. And when you stop your feet, he sits automatically very nicely and waits for his next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Now he got up and you heard Fred tell him no and repeated the command. For a dog's his age, a 1 to 3 minute long sit-stay should be easy for him. And you should practice indoors as well as outdoors. When Fred returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him as an additional distraction, returning all the way back around to where they started, and he expects to get another command. So every time you return to heel position, Keagan expects to get another command. And we run these commands together for you in a drill format so that you can practice them at home. And then we're going to be showing you, when you come to get him on Tuesday, how to use these commands in your everyday living situations. I know he knew some of them when he got here. We've just refreshed and continue to improve on the commands that he has. Your long sit-stay helps to develop self-control, confidence, maturity, focus. Now this time, instead of returning back to him, Fred's going to call him in. And he does do a great recall, which you had mentioned when you brought him. He's still doing that great recall. But he's coming in and sitting in front of you, facing your knees. I've noticed with Keagan that he is a bit nervous. So, you know, going back over the story that you told me with Keagan about the nip of the guest and that kind of thing, I do notice that when he's just in a situation where he's not comfortable, he does begin to shake. And I would imagine that for some reason that day he wasn't comfortable. Fred left him in another sit-stay. He's going to use his name again and call him in. He praises him on the way in. Coming to you should always be a happy event. Back to heel and back sitting. Very nice. Now we're going to set up to show you his down commands. I know that he had some training in the down command prior, but we're going to be showing you our version of the down command. The first down that we're going to show you is the down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, give the one-word firm command to down and stay. The long down stay when you're practicing at home should be 3 to 5 minutes. And you're going to lengthen it out from 3 minutes by about 10 seconds a day. And usually when you get up to 5 minutes, by then the dog has fallen asleep. And Fred's going to return all the way back around to him, just as he did on the sit-stay, as an additional distraction, and Keagan knows to remain lying there until he gets another command. And they take off heeling again. There's a pool party going on behind us in someone else's house and their dog's barking. Down and stay. And he does it on a hand command only, actually, because I was working with him yesterday around another dog, and he does it on a hand command only. So lengthen these out, and again, these are to be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. This time Fred will call him out of his down command. Comes right in front and sits beautifully. You guys had something to do with that. And then he goes back to heel and back sitting. And the very last command that we're going to be demonstrating for you is your down from a distance. And again, with this command, you're going to lengthen out time and distance. But for the sake of the video, Fred's going to leave him in a sit-stay. He's going to walk out to the end of the training leash. This is the only time that you use your right hand to give the command. Now, he wasn't paying attention, and he anticipated the come. Now, we've demonstrated for you your healing, your automatic sits, your stay, your downs, your down from a distance, your come. All of the exercises we're going to teach you how to put into practice at home. He has done a great job here at school. He has not missed a meal, and he's a good boy. So we're going to help you make Keagan the best he can be. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.